phenomenon has shaped many myths and stories handed down from generation to generation. A brief glance at the texts of ancient India is revealing, for here too we find the haunting presence of strange phenomena observed in the sky.
Gurkha, flying a swift and powerful Vimana, hurled a single projectile charged with all the power of the universe. An incandescent column of smoke and flame, as bright as 10,000 suns, rose with all its splendor. The Mahabharata.
Compiled some 2,000 to 3,000 years ago, the Mahabharata is a Hindu poem written in Sanskrit. 10 times longer than Homer's Iliad and Odyssey combined, it is a saga of conflict on a cosmic scale.
The plot of the Mahabharata, which is the great epic of ancient India, has to do with an invasion of the Earth by negative extraterrestrial forces. Basically, the idea was that governments of the Earth were taken over by beings coming from other planets who had the desire to control and exploit the situation for their own personal benefit. The story goes on to describe how godly forces intervened, and finally there was a great battle here on the Earth in which the issue was resolved and the negative forces were repelled.
Another epic poem, the Ramayana, was written more than 2,000 years ago. It too tells of conflict and conflagration in India's distant past.
The Vimana was a weapon so powerful that it could destroy the Earth in an instant. It made a great soaring sound in smoke and flames, and on it sits death, the Ramayana.
Prominently featured in all these stories are strange flying devices referred to as Vimanas. Could they have been UFOs?
The Vimana is described in some detail, and its flight pattern is also described. It's quite interesting because it is very similar to the pattern of flight which is described in the context of modern UFO sightings. For example, the Vimana would move in a very abrupt zigzag fashion. It would sometimes disappear from sight.
The earth shook, scorched by the terrible violent heat of this weapon. Elephants burst into flame and ran to and fro in frenzy. Over a vast area, other animals crumpled to the ground and died. From all directions, the arrows of flame rained continuously and fiercely from the Vimanas. The Mahabharata.
They were described as flying fortresses that were used for aerial battles. They also attacked people on the ground. They sent out missiles, according to these translations, interpretations. Sort of like a modern UFO report, except war was taking place.
Could great aerial battles have been possible more than 2,000 years ago? Compelling though the stories may be, the debate continues over whether they were fact or fantasy.
I think the ancient Hindu descriptions of flying machines are probably fantasies, sort of like the Buck Rogers myths of flying rocket ships long before they really existed.
The easy way out? It's mythology, old science fiction, if you will. The realistic way is to say that those people were describing things that they didn't understand, but that were real. What we need is an open-minded effort to look at these things from the viewpoint of modern technology, possibly admitting that even we can't do some of the things that are described.
Let me tell you about a very important phone call I made. When I got my Medicare card, I realized I needed an AARP Medicare Supplement insurance card too.
Medicare is one of the great things about turning 65, but it doesn't cover everything. In fact, it only pays up to 80% of your Part B expenses. If you're already on or eligible for Medicare, call now to find out how an AARP Medicare Supplement insurance plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company, helps cover some of the medical expenses not paid by Medicare Part B. That can save you up to thousands of dollars. These are the only Medicare supplement insurance plans exclusively endorsed by AARP. When you call now, you'll get this free information kit and guide to understanding Medicare.
I can keep my own doctor and choose my own hospital.
And I don't need a referral to see a specialist.
As with all Medicare supplement plans, you can keep your own doctor and hospital that accepts Medicare and help pay for what Medicare doesn't. Call this toll-free number now to get your free information kit and guide to understanding Medicare.
We now offer phone service for $1.70 a month with Magic Jack. That's just $19.95 a year. $19.95 a year. We give you free local and long distance and your own phone number. Make us your new phone company or add a second line with Magic Jack.
Look closely at history in the making. This $50 Buffalo gold piece is the purest gold coin ever struck by the U.S. government. It's the first U.S. coin ever struck using .9999, that's 4 nines, pure 24-karat gold. Its design is based on the famous Buffalo nickel of 1913 to 38. Wildly popular with investors and collectors, the U.S. government had to stop production because of a shortage of specially made gold blanks. It's no wonder the price of this edition is going through the roof. Now you can reserve your own copy of the $50 Gold Buffalo, clad in 14 milligrams of pure gold. National Collectors Mint's private non-monetary minting recreates James Earl Fraser's American Buffalo against a mirror-like background on one side, and his iconic Native American Indian head stands out in stunning relief on the other. The final issue price was to be set at $50 per proof, but during our special release, this 24-karat pure gold-clad masterpiece can be yours for only $9.95. With gold skyrocketing past $1,000 an ounce, price can only be guaranteed for 7 days. Each new 2010 $50 Gold Buffalo Tribute proof comes with an individually numbered certificate of authenticity, verifying that each piece is clad in 14 milligrams of pure 24-karat gold, is proof struck, and is based on the famous design of James Earl Fraser's Buffalo nickel. There's a strict limit of 5 proofs per caller. Distribution will take place in registration number order. Earliest reservations receive the lowest registration numbers, so you must hurry. Avoid disappointment and future regret. Call now.
To order, call 1-800-409-2180. That's 1-800-409-2180. Strict limit of 5 proofs per caller. Call 1-800-409-2180. That's 1-800-409-2180. Order now.
You all want to run your businesses more efficiently, so we brought in a team of experts to help.
One suggestion is to make your shipping more efficient with priority mail flat rate boxes from the Postal Service.
Shipping's a hassle, weighing every box.
Actually, with flat rate boxes, you don't need to weigh anything under 70 pounds. If it fits, it ships for a low flat rate.
Call or go online for a free flat rate box shipping kit that includes free boxes and our helpful shipping guide. Do it today and we'll ship it all right to your door for free.
Okay, but I ship all over the country.
You can ship anywhere in the country for a low flat rate. Ship international, too.
And remember, flat rate boxes come in 4 sizes, and shipping starts at just $4.95. Call or go online for a free shipping kit with a full supply of free boxes, plus the shipping guide. Act now and you'll get them all delivered right to your business free of charge.
Priority mail flat rate boxes. Only from the Postal Service. A simpler way to ship. Call or go online now to get started.
In 1327, dropping a bomb from the sky was just the most astonishing concept.
It is basically a bird conceived as a weapon of mass destruction.
This would be a terrible terror weapon.
Ancient Discoveries, Airborne Assault, Thursday at 8 on HI.
Cloning life carries with it the idea that we can also transfer the soul.
We can take our mortality into our own hands.
What happens to human beings if they're no longer threatened by death?
This sets a very dangerous precedent.
That's Impossible. Eternal Life, Friday at 10 on HI. While many believe that the Earth has been visited by extraterrestrials in their spacecraft, could this indeed be possible? Reports of strange, unidentified flying objects have continued to trickle in throughout the centuries, echoing incidents in ancient times. By the 1940s, the term flying saucer had entered the vocabulary of a fascinated world. Suddenly, seemingly everywhere, the skies were filled with UFOs of every description. In the ensuing decades, UFOs were witnessed by people from all levels of society. Even astronauts saw them.
I personally believe in UFOs, and I believed in UFOs before I got into the space program. I just personally believe that there are other civilizations somewhere out there that people are traveling from. This was in the early 1950s when I was flying fighters in Germany. And these objects were coming over our base that appeared to be the same kind of formations that we fly in our fighters. On occasion, their movements were more erratic than ours, which meant they could really accelerate laterally and accelerate fore and aft more readily than we do. But we felt that they looked very much like high-flying fighters, except they had no wings. They were certainly higher and faster than any airplanes we know of here on Earth at that particular time, and they certainly appeared to be saucer-shaped and metallic.